Well, hi there, Alberto Savoia here, and welcome to another video on Skin in the Game. This is Skin in the Game Part 2. As you remember, in the first video, we talked about how important it is for entrepreneurs to make sure that before they put a lot of their own skin in the game to develop and market and build a new idea, that they get some skin in the game from the market, because you want to make sure that you resolve the asymmetry, that you commit a lot without the market committing to your idea. Because one of the reasons that most ideas fail, in fact, the number one reason most ideas fail, is because the market simply does not care about the idea that you're going to build. So you must be as sure as you could possibly be that the market really, really cares. Now, and the way to do that is to get the market to give you some skin in the game before you actually go and build your idea. As you know, I like to say things with number. There are things that can be quantified and should be quantified, and skin in the game is one of them. So in this video, I'm going to introduce you to a tool, the Skin in the Game Caliper. Now, of course, I write about it in the book. It's not a real caliper. This is a real skin caliper. You use it to estimate fat percentage in your body, and according to this, I should lay off the spaghetti. But this is just a visual aid. It's a prop to help me illustrate and make concrete a point about skin in the game. So what I want to do in this video is to go through some types of data that people who do market research come up with and tell you whether or not it has skin in the game according to my own skin in the game caliper. So let's start here. I have some props to help me. So the first one is, you do research, tell people about your idea and they give you their opinion. Does this have any skin in the game? Well, let's see. According to the Skin in the Game Caliper, no, right? And if you read my book, you know that. Opinions have no skin in the game. What about this? What about expert opinions? Whoa, expert, you must take them more seriously. Well, not if they don't give you anything more than an opinion. So let's measure opinions, skin in the game from an expert opinion, still 0 point. If all an expert does is tells you good idea or bad idea, thumbs up or thumbs down, it does not count. Why? Because as we've seen in the book, a lot of expert opinion turn out to be false positives or false negatives. You cannot count on them. What's next? Poll results. So you do an online poll or a live poll and people tell you, yes, 80% of people who heard about this idea would say they would buy it. Not surprisingly, 0 skin in the game points. Poll results, worthless. No skin in the game, no points. What about views on social media? So you do a video and you get 1,000 views. Do they count for any skin in the game point? No, 0 skin in the game point. A view is simply not an indication, a strong indication of interest, as we shall see later. I mean, it means that people are generally interested in the idea, but if you cannot convert those views to something more tangible, that doesn't matter, right? There are videos that may have 1 million views, but they don't lead to any action. They just wanted to watch the video, right? So unless you're in the business of entertaining people, views about your idea do not count as skin in the game, unless you can convert them into that, which is another a topic for another day. What about likes on social media? I told people my idea and 99% of them like them. Does that count for anything? No. Again, no. 0 skin in the game points. Likes do not count. What's next? Survey results. Well, very much like other types of polls and survey. Anything that looks like a poll or a survey, and if all people tell you is their opinion or what they're likely to do, counts for 0 in the game point. What about this? You talk to somebody and you say, and they tell you, yes, this is a good idea. I will probably buy it. You know, this could be even a one-to-one interaction. Do you take that seriously? Or maybe you tell somebody your idea and a friend and they tell you, that's a great idea. Yes, I would quit my job. I would get a second mortgage for that. Does that count as skin in the game? No, right? If all they tell you is what they would do or they might do, counts for 0 skin in the game point. There, bye-bye. So as you can tell, I'm a pretty tough grader. Why? Because you need to be a tough grader. As I said, it is rare to have the market actually interested in an idea. And you need to get strong evidence to counteract the fact that it's rare that people actually are interested in an idea. So let's go to the next one. a valid email address. Now, by valid email address, I mean that you tell your idea to somebody, you show them a prototype, and they tell you, yes, this is interesting. I would like to learn more about it. So when it's ready, or when it's ready to be sold, or when it's ready to try it, let me know. Does this count for skin in the game? Yes, 1 point. So it's an email address is not a lot, but you don't give your email address to anybody, right? It's an indication of interest. But be clear, this email address must be obtained with legitimate methods. You cannot go and buy an email address list. You cannot deceive people into giving you their email address. It must be given willingly, with the understanding that it will be used to keep them up to date, to inform them about your product, to market the product to them. So this counts as 1 skin in the game point. What's next? People's time. So let's assume that you tell people, I have this idea, I would like to sit with you in your office, or you come to my office and tell you about my idea. Do people giving you their time count as skin in the game? Yes. In fact, you could give it assign them a number, say $1 per minute. So if somebody's willing to give you 10 minutes of their time to listen to your idea, that counts for 10 skin in the game points. Now, how do you reconcile the fact that this counts for skin in the game points, but at the end of the 10 minutes, you're going to ask them, well, what do you think of my idea? And whether they tell you good or bad, thumbs up or thumbs down, that doesn't count. So how do you reconcile that? Well, think about it. We know that people's opinion, or what they think they will do with the idea, whether they will buy it or not, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, that's full of false positives and false negatives. But the fact that they're willing to sit down with you, to give you their time, which is something that most people value, to listen to your idea, indicates an interest in the area that you're building, in what they think your product is bound to be. So if people give you their valuable time, that counts as skin in the game. And now we come to the simplest form of skin in the game, especially if your plan is to build a product and to be profitable with that product. People give you money. You show them your idea and you tell them, I plan to start building them in 3 months. If you give me a $20 deposit, I will build number 37 for you. So you are on the list, and they give you a $20 deposit. Does that count for skin in the game? Absolutely. That is the strongest, clearest indication, at least for a commercial product, of interest. So you can assign, say, a point per dollar. So if somebody gives you $20, count that as 20 skin in the game points. If they give you $500, 500 skin in the game points. Now, my whole book is about how can you get people to give you this kind of skin in the game before the product exists, because it sounds pretty impossible, right? It goes so counter to the way that most people go marketing. We're flipping the way we do market research from asking the market, if we build it, will you buy it? To the other way around, if you buy it, we will build it. In other words, if you give me some skin in the game now, I will invest a lot of my skin in the game to bring this product and to build it right and to bring it to market. This sounds harder, but it's not really that hard, and it's being done and done very successfully. Today, one of the best examples is Elon Musk and Tesla. You cannot buy a Tesla without putting some skin in the game ahead of time. In fact, for the original Model S, the original Roadster, you had to put $5,000 down to get on a waiting list for a car, all-electric car built by a guy that had never built a car company before. So that's a lot of trust. But more importantly, it's not just trust. It means that you're really, really interested in having an all-electric, super fast Tesla, right? Nothing is more valuable than people committing their money in terms of being data and skin in the game, that people really, really want your product. But I want to emphasize, as I do in the book, that it doesn't all have to be about money. Prototyping and finding the right fit also applies to non-profit idea. It can apply to services. It can apply to things that the government wants to do. So sometimes there may be things that I've not discussed here that counts for skin in the game. Say somebody committing their weekend to come and help build a house for Habitat for Humanity is an indication and skin in the game that they believe that what Habitat Humanity does, that's a non-profit organization that builds homes for people, it's an indication of skin in the game that they are very interested in it. So I hope this was useful. Again, I believe in collecting data, not opinion, but not just any data. Remember, data with skin in the game. Because you can take a survey, you can get a poll and make it look like data. But if there is no skin in the game, it doesn't count as a strong enough market validation. Again, I want to emphasize this is a visual aid, right? So there is no actual physical skin in the game tool. But in the book, I show you how you could actually build your own table of how you can convert the results of your prototyping experiments into actual skin in the game. So you'll be able to evaluate much more carefully whether or not the market is interested in your idea or not. I hope this was useful. I hope if you like it, you will subscribe it. I do not count subscription as skin in the game points necessarily, maybe 0.1 points, but nonetheless, they do make me happy and encourage me to do more videos. So thanks again. I hope this was useful and may you always find the right it. Bye-bye.